Bryan Kohberger.
Okay, I had to make sure I wasn't muted. Good evening and welcome to J is for Justice. Welcome, J is for Justicers. My name is Jay and I am your host, and welcome to my evening show. And it's lovely to see Eddie here. I love when Eddie calls in. Are you going to call in tonight, Eddie? We are prepping for your calls.
Eddie, what have you done for me lately?
Eddie. Hello, hello. I know, Bryan Kohberger. Every time I hear his name, I see her face. That's why I put her on the thumbnail. So let me open up the phone lines. It is Friday night, guys. Friday night. We are live. The airways are open and ready for your calls. What do you think of this alibi business? If you haven't heard the alibi, which I'm sure you have by now, Bryan Kohberger says that he was just driving around. I was just hanging around, just driving around, putting my phone in airplane mode, taking it out of airplane mode. What the hey? Oh, I forgot to take this thing out of my nose. You guys, how embarrassing. I lost my nose ring, so I had to put this earring in it until my new one comes. You guys are probably like, oh my God, Jay has a big black growth on her nose. Oh, for the love of what is holy.
Wake up.
Whoop, whoop. We've got our first caller of the night.
Call from
Eddie.
Eddie!
to accept, press.
It's my friend, Eddie.
How are you doing, Jay?
I'm wonderful, Eddie. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Long time no
Okay.
speak.
Yeah.
Well, since the last time I talked to you, we got a response on the alibi.
It's interesting.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Who saw that coming?
No one.
I wasn't expecting it. But, it's really not a surprise because, we've seen in the chats or comments or on people's lives, when he's doing these 3 drive-arounds and turnarounds in the neighborhood, people have been surmising, he's building his courage up, or maybe he got lost because the addresses are kind of unusual, with the whole king and queen and such like theories. So it really hasn't changed our discussion, because everybody has already had him in their own minds driving around in that area anyway.
Right. So I get what you're saying. It's not a big surprise that he's saying, hey, I was driving around that night. We all knew he was, whether he did it or not.
Yeah. Well, I have a couple points to make about it, though.
Okay.
So, at first it's like a jaw drop moment, like, oh, wow, it's not looking good for him. But, in the PCA, the state has put his vehicle at a specific location at these specific times. So if the defense can disprove any of those, especially the critical ones, like, the 4:04 or the 4:20 a.m. times, then the state's case begins to fall apart. But if the state is right about those times and those locations, nothing has really changed. Again, we've said that, he was driving around, so maybe that is his car, but then that just leads to, the relevant questions, like, is he seen driving the car? If that was his car at 4:04 or 4:20.
Well, I mean, let me interject here.
Sure.
He really can't say that it wasn't him because now he's admitted that he was driving around in his car.
Right. Was he dropped off at a party and allow someone else to drive? We don't know what, that we can only, we can't speculate on what happens after that, what the conversation goes like. But is it him in these surveillance, footages in that car? That's a hurdle to overcome. And then so if they can place him in that car at those times, what is the nature of his business? It doesn't necessarily mean because you or I have been seen in a car that we're out killing people. So
right.
Does he have, what's his business? Was he visiting a friend or acquaintance at the apartments on King Road?
Yeah, I mean, what
like
if
that.
it's something as simple as, I just can't sleep at night, and night drives when no one's on the road, kind of is a de-stressor for me.
Yeah.
Could be something like so simple like that. Because I would think if he could discredit or disprove any of those pings, right? Because there's pings that match up with cameras. He wouldn't wait to do that? Because he already knows they already have all the digital forensics that the state had that we saw, all the GPS points and whatever they have past that. So how would you explain the GPS with the cameras and him not having anyone to back it up but himself?
Well, I have theories on that, but I don't know if I want to get into it tonight.
How come?
Well, I don't want to go too far off the deep end, but what if he was surveilling someone that he shouldn't have been? What if there was some type of crime that was happening at the apartments or who knows where in Moscow, and he was documenting this? Maybe there was these people in high positions. Here's where my thoughts kind of go off on a...
Yeah, it's okay. We'll put on the tinfoil hat for a second, Eddie.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Maybe if there's these sex trafficking crimes and there's these cars coming in and out and he's logging these license plate numbers or identifying who it is, or it could be drugs or whatever, but something has to do, in my mind with a lot of money and a lot of illegal type of activity. I'm kind of into that pullover in, I think it was August 21 at 11:40 p.m. with the seatbelt violation. How come that, if you request that through a FOIA, that's not available. So what is on that we can't see?
Well, I noticed that he was actually detained in the wording.
Detained?
Yeah, in the wording. But that means that they actually put him in the car for a minute and then let him go. He wasn't arrested, but he was detained at that stop. So there's something more to that stop that we don't know anything about, because I requested it as well.
Has he created enemies? Was that a message don't be monitoring? Because...
Well, there'd be body cam, I would hope, right? They all have body cam.
It should be, what conversation took place. It's fascinating about that stop.
Well, you know what else is kind of fascinating is the fact that I think it was it a week before, or no, I'm sorry. Was it the end of September when the students were on the Paradise Path and were approached by a man in dark clothes with a knife?
Mm-hmm.
And they were heading to Greek Row. Was that the end of September?
I think it is in September. Yeah.
Okay, because maybe they were looking. Oh no, that was because that pullover was in August, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He hadn't been there long, so I don't know what made them detain him. Maybe, that we know they recovered a gun. It could have been that, they knew he had a gun and they wanted to make sure it wasn't stolen. I don't know. It could be anything, really.
Yeah. To go along with my theory, another tie-in would be this interest in this ex parte. At the end of that document, it speaks about they're willing to, let me read it here. In support of an exemption, Mr. Kohberger is prepared to provide further detail in an ex parte hearing with the court. So, does that mean that he has incriminating evidence against someone else in another crime? And that is why he doesn't dare say? So, these are just, theories in my mind. Who knows what it could be? But he's, studying to be, in, like, criminal justice. So, I don't know, I can kind of see how he could get himself involved in something that maybe Kaylee and the other victims might have known about. I think Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, and Xana might have been targeted because they knew too much.
I don't think so. I think he wants an ex parte meeting or hearing because he doesn't want the state to know what he's going to say. Because the ex parte hearing means that the judge only hears one side, not the other side, right?
Yeah.
So
right.
that means that he says, well, I'll come to court for an ex parte hearing. Well, why is it a big secret from the state? You can't do that. Like, they're not going to allow him to do that. That would be like the prosecution saying, hey, judge, we want to have a meeting with you about some evidence we have against Bryan Kohberger, ex parte. That doesn't seem like that's going to fly.
That's interesting to bring that up. I wonder if it has to do with this motion to dismiss the indictment. Motion to dismiss the indictment on the grounds of the error, possible error in the grand jury instructions. So if they're waiting to learn what the results of that are, is this thing going to get dismissed or is it going to be remanded for a preliminary hearing? Why give that alibi if this is going to circle all the way back to day one anyway, and they're going to redo, the preliminary hearing or have a take two of the grand jury.
Because he really didn't give an alibi, did he? I mean, he basically, like you said, told us what we already knew. And he can't verify it, so it's hardly an alibi. That's just his story. Alibis have evidence behind them, right? Either people or places that back it up. And he straight up says, I can't back it up. Why not?
At the bottom of page, towards the bottom of page 2, that paragraph kind of speaks of, it alludes to the fact that the state chose the grand jury rather than the planned preliminary hearing. Had the state moved forward with the preliminary hearing, the defense would have had the opportunity to develop testimony.
Yeah, but you know what else they would have had the opportunity to do? Harass witnesses, intimidate witnesses.
Well, no, I don't think that would be the case.
Oh, I do. I mean, I think that these girls are traumatized, and I think it would be very difficult for them to sit in front of Bryan Kohberger.
Not if he did not do this crime. Maybe they're afraid, but not of that.
No, I think they're afraid of him. I think they're afraid of him.
I respectfully don't agree with you, but we can't, there's no point in drawing that out.
Okay, let's go back to your theory for a second. What would Bryan Kohberger, in my best Nancy Grace voice, what would he know too much about, Eddie?
Well, I kind of laid that out. If something was happening and he was gathering evidence and putting together, it almost seems like there's a routine. He's on these Saturday nights doing something. Is it just aimlessly driving around? That's a long time to be driving around. So if he's not driving the entire time, where is he stopping and what is he doing?
Correct. So let me ask you this, Eddie, and this I know nothing about. Maybe you've looked into it. Does that year car have what they call a black box?
I've looked that up, and it doesn't look like the Elantra would.
No.
No.
Because they can actually tell when you have that, like when you open your doors and all that, right?
Yeah. I really don't think it does. But that was just through my searching. That's not,
Well, I would have to say, by your theory, he has to be the most unluckiest man on the planet with that.
Well, there's a reason it's him. I think he's got on someone's bad side.
Whose, though?
Oh,
He didn't even know anyone there. He didn't even have time to get on someone's bad side.
Well, if he knows dirt on somebody, he certainly would.
But how would he know dirt, Eddie? He just
I
moved there.
don't.
Like, they just started.
That's why it's just a theory. I couldn't really, elaborate on it. Other than if something was going on, some type of this crime ring or whatever, who knows what it is. But if he's getting information on the wrong type of people, and they would be powerful people. I mean, let's
But
face
information for who?
I don't know.
I mean, this just seems a little like you're getting. I know you said it was a little out there, but Eddie, I want to pull you back down to earth with me for just a second. It's way more logical that all of these things add up to him.
That he did, but he would do it alone then.
Absolutely. No one's going to help you do something like this.
No, they wouldn't.
You're never going to get someone to agree to stab 4 people to death. There's no way. No freaking way. Unless it's some complete deranged, like, brothers doing shit. I just can't see any friends agreeing.
No, you're not
to do
gonna.
that.
No, you're not gonna get help with this. So, it's him alone, and if they can prove that he did it by himself, then I would agree. That would be a capital type of crime. I don't think they can, and I think there is more to it, and time will show it.
Love your theories. I do.
My last point is, if it is shown that it is his car, like at 4:04 or 4:20, arriving at 4:04, leaving at 4:20, that would prove that it wasn't him if the time of the deaths are proven to be earlier than that time. So, if he gives...
But that's where it gets tricky, though, Eddie. Because there was HVAC there at the house. Was the house super hot? Was the heat turned all the way off? Because either or is going to change the state of decomposition and the speed. So I know BTK turned the heat up when he left the house.
Well, if there was a witness to... Yeah, we're not talking about like a coroner or medical examiner estimating the time of death. I'm talking about if the time of death can be proven through like witness or what this type of evidence. Then if it's his car at 4:20 and it happened much earlier than that, then that would show. All I'm saying is that would show it wouldn't have been him. What if he was, like I said, visiting a friend or acquaintance?
Well,
at the apartment?
I mean, I guess if he wasn't in the area, then he's going to have to provide whatever route he took that night on his night drive. And then there's cameras that picked him up. So there's going to be cameras if he wasn't there that pick him up somewhere else. So that's on him. And that would be what would be considered his alibi. But he didn't come through and say, we're checking, cameras in this vicinity because that's where I was. Nothing like that. He straight up says, I can't have anyone back it up, including himself, I guess.
Well, I think someone's witness testimony will back up his alibi. That's what they keep saying. And is that Bethany? They keep kind of alluding to that it would be Bethany. They're talking about this.
I think, I agree with you. But I think we have to keep in mind that Bethany, nothing about her was in the PCA. So we're left to completely wonder what she knows or doesn't know or would testify to.
To go out to Nevada to have a interview with her.
Well, because I don't think she wanted to come there and sit in front of him. Like, she left Idaho because she was probably petrified, right?
Well, she might have been afraid, but again, we don't know what.
I'd go home. If my roommates were stabbed to death and I made it through, I slept through it or whatever the case may be, I'd go home too.
But we were talking about this exculpatory. Whether she's afraid or not is kind of immaterial to what our discussion point was.
Well, I mean,
we were saying Bethany
Eddie,
might have this exculpatory.
Eddie, if she had exculpatory, they could demand that she testify. She agreed to meet with them in private. I still
Well,
don't.
the testify
And how
would
long
have
ago
been-
was that?
Right. A grand jury, there's no testify. That would have taken place, from what I gather, in the preliminary hearing.
Right, but since there wasn't one, if you're indicted by a grand jury and you have
Hey.
exculpatory evidence that you could
It
pull
wasn't.
out of a witness, then I'm pretty sure that you can call some kind of I'm not a lawyer, but seems to me I've never heard of anybody sitting in jail when they have exculpatory evidence from a witness. Now, the only thing that I can think of that would make sense is that maybe he went to that Sigma Chi party and Bethany saw him there. And he's going to try to use that. I don't know.
I got a couple questions off topic. One, and first and foremost, if you have other callers, I don't want to take up anyone else's time. Do you have?
I
can't-
put it on private, but I can give you a couple minutes and then I'll open it back up again.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, go ahead, Eddie.
Then the only
Okay.
other question I have, and it's off topic, but have you put out a FOIA request for JLR's? The last time he was in Moscow and he called 911 on that fellow that was, giving him a hard time there by the King Roadhouse. Are you aware of that?
I'm trying to think. Oh, okay. The guy that came out and said, "Get the fuck out of here" and all that with the flags.
Yeah.
Did I request what?
Have you requested a FOIA for that?
No.
Out of interest? Okay. I'm kind of fascinated by that.
Why is that?
Because, well, how would he know? How would just some random dude know of JLR's whereabouts in like a rental car, right?
Was he in a rental? I don't know.
Well, yeah, he flew like a private jet out there or something.
He probably follows them on YouTube because a lot of people get mad at JLR. Like, JLR gets that a lot of places. I'm not going to lie. Like, that's not the first time. Like, when he covered the laundries, there was a guy that looked almost just like that from Northport, Florida, from the laundries neighborhood that came over and actually assaulted JLR. And then there was, so that's why I didn't think much of it because I've seen it time and time again. So
But
I don't know
anyway,
if there's anything more to that, but people there, don't want the media there. Small town. They want their town back. They don't want these murders to be a focus. They don't want, kids. And this is, and I understand why they want the house torn down. These kids have to walk past there every day to go to school. That's on, it's like right there on campus, right off campus. But it's a grim reminder. And I was listening to the last episode of the King Road podcast, and they talked to a few students that live on Greek Row there, and the one kid was like, I don't even look that way. Like, I'm programmed now, when I walk out of my door, I don't look to the left. That's a problem. And that's a problem for students that are freshmen, that are still have 4 years ahead of them. Do you know what I mean? So I just wanted to throw that out there. It popped in my head. Sorry.
I don't think either the prosecution or the defense has an issue with the house being torn down. That's
Do you think that they should, though? Or do you think that they've
sure,
got everything they need?
I think they got everything they need. Yeah, I don't think tearing it down is going to be a problem. And I think it needs to be done. My personal.
I didn't look at it like that, Eddie. I was looking at it like, this is a crime scene. This is evidence. What if the jury, needs to walk through or see something? But then when I heard those kids, like, imagine living there and you walk outside and you knew those girls and you partied there,
Yeah. This is similar to what we're just talking about. And just one last quick question. Have you seen, because I haven't seen any of these TikTok videos of these students, like, making these TikTok videos in front of that property?
Oh, the supposed dancing?
Yeah, supposed dancing. Have you seen even one of those?
Never did.
Never
did.
No. Okay. Well, thanks for answering that. And I'll leave out now.
Why do you ask about the TikToks?
Oh, I've never seen one, but I've heard of it, but...
Yeah, Ashley Banfield reported that.
Yeah, and that was quite a while ago, right?
Yeah, she said there were kids out there dancing and doing TikToks in front of the house. No one I know ever saw one. We discussed this.
I've never seen it. Yeah, and that's why I'm asking. Like,
so I wonder what that was put out for, because I think that was before Bryan was arrested.
I think it was after.
Was it?
I think so, but I think it was for like kind of starting the narrative that the house should get torn down. You know, that's it's like a pretense. You know, that's the reason why it needs to get torn down is because people are disrespecting the deaths of the 4 students.
Oh, to kind of piggyback on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see anything like that. And I asked
I've never-
people that are on TikTok, I'm like, you seen that? No.
Well, thank you for having me on. It's always so fun to talk to you, and you're always really enjoyable to...
You too, Eddie. I enjoy your thoughts. And I think everybody in chat does too. Even if they don't agree with you, they love your...
No, they don't always agree, but they're pretty nice.
But they appreciate your critical thinking, and that's what's important.
Yeah, I like to, theorize. But thanks again for the time, and we'll be in touch.
Absolutely.
Have a nice weekend.
You too. Bye, Eddie.
Bye.
Thank you so much for Eddie. The phone lines are back open, 727-755-6001. Give me a call. In the Murdaugh trial, jurors changed their minds once they went out to the property. The house should get torn down only after the trial. I don't think there's any date. I don't think there's any date for demolishment. Well, the owner gave it to the school. Mike Sanner. The owner gave the house to the school, and the school is choosing to demolish it. Which, when I listened to that last episode of the King Road killings, I was like, I understand that. These kids open their doors and they see the murder house, and they don't even want to look at it because they get anxiety or PTSD. Kelly Barrison, happy Friday to you. So do you guys, I had a thought about the stools. Remember the scissoring stools in the doorway? The back door, the sliding glass door. We had the scissoring stools back there, and we were like, why would the cops scissor the stools in that way? Do you guys think, I was thinking about it, do you guys think that it's possible that they were reenacting the crime scene and possibly Kohberger left them like that? I'm going to show you guys the picture here. Ooh, I've never seen this one. The phone line's open, guys. Call in. Let me know what you guys think of anything on this case. Okay. This is a picture of the scissoring stools. Diana said they're going to wait till October. John Gone, thank you for your support. If I missed anybody here, thank you for your support. I think we are almost to the goal. Pretty damn close. I know, I love the Fox Digital photos, though. So there's and I love how you wrote John Gone Girl. Right, they were put there by law enforcement, but how do we know that when they went into the house, they weren't like that? I just can't get over the fact that law enforcement would do that, I guess. It just seems so weird. Deanna Fisher. What do you mean, Deanna? On what TV? Danielle, in my opinion, I think the lock was broke on that slider, so the cops did it so no one could get in there. Well, I think they ended up taking the handle off, too. Not in this picture, they didn't, but I think they did remove that handle. It just is odd, yeah. Christy G said the slider was left the whole time open the whole time the crime was happening, and then he probably didn't close it when he left, right, Diana? Because he wouldn't want to touch it again. So they just did that, and it's just weird that that's what they had to do it with. Nothing more, nothing less. Got it. Hello, Queen Bee. Hello, my fellow Floridian. First time listening. Well, welcome to chat. The door latch was broken, and this prevents anyone from opening the door. Hey, Daffy Duck. Those chairs are stopping the door from opening. Looks like they did that to prevent looky-loos from trying to enter and vandalize or tamper with stuff. But now I really understand, too, why they had security out there. So remember, I was like at least I was all sus of like the security they had there 24/7. I'm like, why do they have security 24/7? Like for what? Well, think about it. What if, someone like
Bryan Kohberger.
or someone like that went in there and messed with stuff? Now they know that
Bryan Kohberger
cannot say that the crime scene wasn't secure. See, I think they already knew what they were dealing with when they got into this. The back door lock was broken for months. Why would Xana's dad fix, or is that not true? Was Xana's dad supposed to fix the back door and he didn't? That's weird. That's really weird. Look at this. I've never seen this, you guys. You can see the shower curtain. What? Another one compliments of Fox Digital. The downstairs bathroom shower curtain. Ooh, we've got a call.
Call from Kim.
Hey, you're live on air, Kim.
Hi, Jay. How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm good, thanks.
What's on your mind?
This case is too confusing.
Well, what's on your mind? What's got you confused today?
All of it.
All of it.
So I have two, here's my thing. I think Bethany knows something, and for her to be so quiet during all of this, why this guy sits in jail, is freaking me out. Number two, there's another girl, like The Reckoning or something, and I don't know. She's a medium. Was she with him? I don't know. She knows something about Bryan.
I think she may know something about Bryan.
And then I'm thinking, if I were a juror, I from the very beginning, I'm saying he's guilty. He's guilty. I'm from PA. He's guilty. This happened in my backyard. He's guilty. But now, I don't think I could find him guilty if the death penalty is on the table. If this were life in prison, maybe, but not. I couldn't be 100% convinced and say yes.
But you haven't seen all the evidence yet. So
you're right.
I think
you're
that's
absolutely
why it's probably confusing, is because everything's under wraps.
The RUGSs, I mean, that's a whole different conspiracy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
I don't think there's any evidence of that. I just don't. I don't
know. This Emma and Demetrius make me a little nervous too.
Well, they're bad news. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You can look at their track record, right, and see that they're bad news. And they were probably.
But why are
known.
they walking? They're.
Oh, probably because they went around from frat house to sorority house selling, Molly's and Xanax and.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't know how they got off so easily, especially after this one boy from the frat died of an overdose.
Yeah, well, probably because
he got off.
They're
I
rolling.
don't know how they walked.
I think they're rolling on others. That's how it always happens. You see these people get like. I mean, there's a death involved here. That's not just selling drugs, right? But you see these major charges, and then you're like, wait a minute. How did they already bond out on their own recognizance? Like, they didn't even have to come up with money because they're rolling on the bigger ones, which is dangerous for them. It really is.
Yep. That's where I am with this case. Like, I think he's guilty, but then I think of the other way, and I don't know.
I mean, I think just keep an open mind and take it all in, and because something we find out next week could totally change your mind the other way, you know?
You're right. But I really do enjoy your platform here. I think you're a lot of fun.
Thanks.
I love the doggy and kitty cam. It's adorable.
Thank you. Thank you, Kim.
Yeah. And you're just very uplifting. So thank you.
Well, thank you. You've been uplifting to me as well.
All right. Have a good one.
Have a great night. Bye, Kim.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
What a sweetheart. Love you, Kim. Thank you for calling in. Opinion Einstein. Jay, did the first responders have gloves on after entering the crime scene? Is there any photos or videos? Well, the first responders, the EMTs didn't go in. So they never went in. And I believe I can't remember where I heard this, so don't take it as fact, but I believe I heard that the cops went in, saw the scene, and backed out and then called, more people or whatever. I don't think they were like meandering around. I think it was actually probably pretty shocking for everyone, including law enforcement. Misfit Mayhem in the house. Hello. Cheryl T, I hope you're feeling better. You guys, give Cheryl T, our lovely Auntie Cheryl, has COVID. She's got COVID. I can't even believe COVID is still a thing, but it is. And our Auntie Cheryl is sick, and give her lots of love. Rowing now. I agree with you. I just think going into the whole drug thing is really kind of crossing a line of kind of disrespect, because there's no evidence of that. Like, there's no evidence besides the parents getting into some bad stuff of any kind of drug activity, Oh, my background music went away. Ooh, I feel like I'm at a resort. Nomadic Geo. We have such a great community here, guys. We got 410 of you. How many likes are there on this? Andy on Dateline on ABC. That was years ago. I can't believe that was 2020 already now. Nikki, 2 stripper bowls. Jammers, we've missed you in the lives. And thank you for your donation, Jammers. I got it right before the live. If I missed anyone, it's not on purpose. I will get to each and every one of you. Dude, come on, shit stains. There's 124 likes and 410 viewers. Come on now.
You know what I have to say to Ann C. Taylor, the defense lawyer? Bring it on, woman.
Elaine from Yorkshire, it might be because you are in the UK, but the line is opened. Opened. Open sesame. Call me. Let's talk. Oh, Nomadic Geo, thank you. That's so nice. You guys are the best. Rowing now. Do you love his alibi? I haven't had a good laugh like that in a long time. Yeah. Carrie H, welcome, hon. Ooh, we got a call.
Call from
Leotech.
Oh, it's my
to
Leo.
accept, press 1.
It's my Leo.
Hey, Jay.
Hey,
Hey, Jay Bird.
Oh my gosh, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
We've missed you.
I probably won't be on here long because, this is the first time I've called in, but
I love it.
I just had a couple of things to say.
All right, get it out.
Number one, I'm just going to be straight and forward. I think he's guilty as all get out. I don't think there are any conspiracies. I don't think there's anything, to deny the fact that he was there. All of a sudden, it's very coincidental that it took him how many months to give an alibi, and now all of a sudden,
Right.
He was driving.
Right. And that's all he's got. No one to back it up. It's like, come on. And then he asks for, I'll explain more in the ex parte hearing. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
No, I think the police have everything that they need to convict. And the only thing that I'm still curious about is how he knew them, how he ran into them. I believe that he was stalking one of them. He had a crush on one of them, and he followed them and wanted to fulfill his fantasies.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
I think it's pretty simple, too.
So we'll have to wait and see, but I think that at the end of the day, the prosecutor, they have what they need to convict him, and now he's just, trying to delay and conjure up, oddball stories.
Yeah, because
to say that he was just driving around and not really there.
It took him 10 months now? 9 months? 9 months?
Yeah.
To come up with, I was driving.
Right. So, that's just about it. That's all I wanted to say. I think it's pretty, basic in my opinion.
I think it is too. And I think just the fact that it's been under seal and we don't know all the facts, we're only getting bits and pieces, that it can sound really cryptic and like there's something weird going on.
Yeah. No.
You're
He's
awesome.
doomed, and I can't wait to see it.
Well, let's hope that I don't know. Let's hope it's not delayed for a year and a half like Bundy's was.
I still had you live in the background, and it sent me to a Kroger app. I had to turn that off.
Oh, I couldn't even hear it. But yeah, what if he starts doing all these motions and complaining about his
That's exactly what he'll do, because he loves this part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he feels like he's in a TV drama.
And he's got fans. He's got girls that like him.
Ugh. Ugh.
Can you imagine?
Revolting.
Can you
No,
imagine?
I can't.
Brian
No,
Kohberger.
Brian Kohberger. I just,
Oh my God.
I kind of have to say a prayer for those girls as well. Keep them in my prayers, and just hope that, they can figure out their lives, because that to me just seeks desperation, and he's loving every single minute of it.
I think
Probably
so
the
too.
first time he's gotten
So much attention.
female attention ever.
You're so
So.
right. Yeah, I wonder how many letters he gets.
I wonder how many actually gets to him.
Very true. Very true.
If
Latah
if I had
County.
worked in one of those facilities, I'd be like, nope.
Oh, yeah. This
Nope.
one, they hate him. We'll give it to him. I guess it depends on how he
So.
acts in there. If he's a pain in the ass, or if his hands have healed and he's feeling okay.
Yeah, he probably just washes his hands a lot. I'm very curious to see what his meals look like. These are things that I'm curious about.
His nails?
How do you prepare his meals?
Oh, meals. I thought you said his nails.
No, I'm curious to see what his meals look
Does he
like.
get special meals? Has anyone ever called and asked?
I don't know. I just know that he, likes for them to be prepared.
Oh, he does? He's all particular?
Yeah, remember his aunt said that she couldn't, serve him with the pot that she cooked in if she cooked meat in it.
No, I didn't watch The Ant because it was on News Nation. I was being salty. I never watched it. I never watched it.
Yeah, everybody knows that day.
I was salty. I was like, I'm not watching this horse shit. So the aunt
That's
said
hilarious.
that she had to use different, nothing could touch.
Yes.
So OCD.
Yeah, or whatever his diet was at that time. So it's buff.
Was he eating meat?
No,
He wasn't.
I don't think so. I think he had a special vegan diet.
Oh my God. If he doesn't like
something.
meat, the best thing to give him in prison would be like, the cheap hot dogs, like the Bar S,
Oh yeah.
that are like assholes
Show him
and
how the
eyelids.
sausage is made.
Yeah. Feed him that kind of processed byproduct.
Yeah, just show him.
I mean, shit,
How it
they
was
put
made,
that shit
too.
in our dog food. Dogs should get better food than him.
So I just wanted to call
Thank
in
you,
because
Leo.
I haven't ever called in before. I love you, my Jaybird. I love all my Jaybirds
We love you too.
in the chat. And yeah, bottom line, it's just plain and simple.
You are officially on the record. So when we revisit this, I'll be like, Leo said it. August 4th.
That's right.
All right.
I can't wait to hear more. I can't wait to hear what they actually have, and we'll all be, like, whoa, they had so much more than they told us they did.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's all unfolding. So
I think he's
wait
getting
for that.
backed into a corner and he's feeling it.
if he doesn't admit it to try to get, a lesser time.
I think he's going to come to a point where he's going to want to save his life because I think he's a big wuss.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
He's going to push it, though.
For as long as it can go.
And I think if his lawyer is still his lawyer, when it comes down to it, I wonder if she'll have any hair left because she'll probably be pulling it all out.
No, that's more FaceTime. Some lawyers just like the FaceTime, so maybe not.
Oh, maybe. All right, Kohberger'S hands.
All right.
Leo, I love you. Nice talking to you. It was great.
Love you guys.
Great to hear your voice.
I'll be back in chat.
All right.
Talk soon.
See you. Bye. Oh, my Leo, her first-time caller. We just popped her call-in cherry.
The devil is dancing tonight.
Yeah, I would think their case is wrapped up tight. Wrapped up nice and tight. Let's get some more calls in here, guys. Oh, Danielle. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. How would you like to go on a date with him? Better yet, how would you like to find out that he had cameras in your house?
Call from
Barbara.
Barbara, you're live.
Hi, Jay. How you doing?
I'm good, hon. How are you?
Who's this? Is this Jay?
Yeah, I think you need to mute your YouTube. I think there's an echo.
Oh.
I hear
okay.
myself. I think that's what's going on. Can you just mute or pause your YouTube?
I did. Jay, you know what I'm wondering? If it was Bryan Kohberger, when they had the vigil, why did they have metal detectors and so much police there with binoculars? If it had to be more than one person, that they're afraid of Bryan coming into there?
Well, I mean, did you see what they had at his arraignment?
No, when they had the vigil.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
That they had like marshals there with long.
I know, but this is at the vigil. They had metal detectors, right? And they had so many police with binoculars. And what are all the hand signals of the sorority girls? And in the house at 1122, those are white supremacist hand signals.
I don't know
this
what
is
you're.
so much.
Wait.
The hand.
Wait.
The girls.
Wait, hold on. Calm down. What hand
Because
signals?
My grandson is 8 years old, and he said, this is about white supremacists.
Your 8-year-old grandson said that?
Yes, because him and his friends have been studying this, and they noticed the hand signals now. Go look at all the sorority girls, and it's white power.
But
That's what the hand signals
wait,
are.
what is the signal though? What's white power?
WP. Watch the hand signals. Go back and look at all the hand signals. Then Jake's tribute to Maddie. And they're at the watershed. And you see Jake doing the same hand signals. White power.
I don't think they're white power at all. I think you're worked up
Go
over nothing.
look. You don't see the hand signals?
No, I don't.
Well, bring up a picture of all the sorority girls.
I don't know what picture you're talking about, hon.
The sorority girls.
Right, I know.
Any picture.
Like
The
they
whole
all
group.
the sorority girls in the world? Like anyone?
No, you know which sorority girls. Bethany's sorority, Kaylee's sorority, and the girls in the house.
Okay.
It's white powered. My grandson is 8 years old,
You know-
and he's 8 years old, and he's in the 10th grade.
Okay, Edith
Right?
Bunker. Anybody feel free to call in. I had to boot Edith Bunker. Oh shit.
Cut his mic. Cut his mic.
Next. Next. I'm not pulling up any pictures. It's nothing to do with white power. He's 8 years old and he's in 10th grade.
I think you've got a Ouija board down your pants. You're going to pull that out.
Wait, I've got one for her.
It's
No,
very
it's not.
white-sided.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's not white-sided. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not white-sided.
It's not white side. My 5-year-old says they're Crips. Oh. Dude, that was an Edith Bunker, like, voice thing. Oh, shit. Archie. Here's the number. 727-755-6001.
You're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Dr. Momo, call in. 727-755-6001. Tim Bray, she's just trolling. He's in 10th grade. Is he Ethan Crumbly? Archie Bunker? Call in, Dr. Momo. Tell me what you think of Kohberger's Alibi.
You're awesome.
Thank you for subscribing, Thomas Guerrero. Why am I playing with this makeup brush? Oh. Call in and tell me what you think. What do you think of Bryan Kohberger saying he was just on a night drive, going in and out of airport mode, driving by King Road? Daff, I have no idea.
Gonna fucking need extra slow in a second.
Yeah, she said he was 8 in the 10th grade. What was her name again? Barbara. They're coming to get you, Barbara. Bertolino's mama. Bert.
I don't know.
I said, what? I said, what's the sign? She said, WP. Yeah, on a dead-end road, no less, Tim Bray. And then somebody planted, so he just happened to be out for a drive, but he can't back it up by anything because no one saw him. And Then someone planted the shit on the knife sheath just because. Thank you, Hulk. I love the lemon. Oh, I don't know if she's in chat or not. Rowing now. Where was Kohberger saying he was on the camera on the 13th? He's not. He says, I don't know where I was. You have no knowledge. You can say that again.
You know Don's full of shit.
You know Dr. Melmo's full of shit.
Is that a joint?
Megan L., welcome to...
Or is it a cigar?
The lounge. Hakuto Tube. I'm not sure. Let's look up what's the year of the Elantra again, and don't be smartasses. $2017. I'm seeing if it has one of those black box. Okay. Here's some facts. If your car is from 2013 or later, your car will have a black box. Boom.
Yeah.
It has the box. Whoop, whoop. All right, who do we got here? Canadian girl.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your super chat. Early rumor. Bethany heard fighting and recognized voices that weren't the roommates. Did she give a statement and it's the exculpatory evidence? Maybe. I never heard that one, Canadian
So is that a
girl.
joint? Or is it a cigar?
Yep, president. If your vehicle is 2013 or later, you will have a black box. So guess what? Bryan Kohberger.
Objection.
I feel sorry for Ann C. Taylor at this point.
I'm sorry.
I really feel sorry for her.
Bryan Kohberger.
Yeah, I mean, he knows that that's the only thing he could come up with, and he had to respond because the state was demanding a response. Oh, really? Jack Hideous, that's crazy. Toast? Potatoes eating toast at 2 a.m?
So is that a joint? Or is it a cigar?
Oh, she's getting paid for it, for sure. I'm just saying, he's gonna really run her through the ringer with his games.
Wake up.
Yeah, she's making a lot of money. Good evening, Carrie. White dog, Carrie. And those aren't Hershey's Kisses, guys. Those are tinfoil hats. Daff. He should have dressed up like a woman. Dylan would have seen a tall woman leave. Here's Dr. Melmo's comment. Kohberger is a loser. Meow. It's 1. You're all messed up. 2 a.m. I know it's 8 o'clock here. Come on, let's take another call. One more person call in. 727-755-6001. You guys act all shy. Y'all run your traps all day and night in these chats. Come on now. Nomadic, now they want toast and Hershey's Kisses. Oh, hugs. Never ate those before. The Liloni case. If it ever gets anywhere, I will. We have another lady in that area that just got arrested for her child being found deceased in Chatham County. Thomas Guerrero, is he getting any calls from the family? They would be taped for sure. I bet you I don't know. God, it's crazy to think about. He'd be a scary looking woman. The female Ben Stiller. Casey, you have a damn excuse. Noelle, look at Noelle. Noelle, damaged goods with no regrets. I'm so sorry about your mom, honey. I saw your post. My heart is with you, girl. Thanks for coming in. I vote Potato calls it. I miss her accident voice. Yeah, it costs a lot for Potato to call on a regular line. But guess what? Potato, are you going to be on panel tomorrow? What? I think Potato's going to be on panel tomorrow. Pretty sure. Budford, you like the Alibi? Pause out. Look at it. Pause out. Pause out. We got some cuteness. Bella. That's Miss Bella. No problem, Noelle. You take care of yourself. I think that Potato's going to be on, and I think she spent 2 days on Papa Rogers posts. We have every single Papa Rogers post that was ever made, and we're going to go through them tomorrow. Sometimes, hon, that's all we can do is just exist. But my heart goes out to you. Juanita says, this is my theory. His focus was on Maddie. He didn't expect Kaylee to be there, and I think that's why he went overboard, killing her because she ruined his time that he had planned out with Maddie. I have a similar theory. I think he was mad. UGLY. He ain't got no alibi. Moto Man. What's up, my man? Papa Rogers is a Facebook profile that joined or actually started a group on this case, and it was deleted after he was arrested. And they knew things before Bryan was even arrested. If it isn't Kohberger, I'll be shocked. It had to be Ellie if it's not Kohberger. Tomorrow, I think it's 5 p.m. Eastern. Is that working still for you, Potato? Let me know. But if we don't get another call, I am going to go chill. It's past my bedtime. It's 5 minutes past my bedtime. It's okay. I'm going to help you. And one of those, a lot of those posts sound very similar to a lot of things we've heard. Leo's like, we just got poppin'. Leo had her cherry pop. She's all excited now. Bananas, P-A-N-A-N-A-S. Come on, 727-755-6001. I know there's 365 of you dudes. Come on. Come on, Eddie. Call back in, Eddie. Yes, it was active. I think that maybe the lawyers were in the account. Oh, do you want to do it Sunday instead? I'm down for either. Maybe he thought the girls were lovers. Maybe. I want to know why the video is from FedEx. Was it FedEx or UPS? I did, Moto Man. I popped it. Jenny. Yay, someone called.
Call from.
This is Eddie.
You are live on J is for Justice.
How's it going?
Hey.
So I just wanted to express something that's too much for, like, in the chat, texting.
Okay.
Okay, the black box, what it records, I think we're talking like two different things. When we say black box, I think, some people have in their mind, like, does it record GPS locations? The black box is more about, like, the vehicle's telemetry. So, like, it's going to record data as far as, like, the inputs, such as the accelerator, the braking. I have this actual website that I'm on. I could read it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So, position of the throttle, the brake, the airbag deployment, seatbelt use, steering angles, and a range of other factors that will record around 20 seconds before, during, and 20 seconds after a crash. So it's kind of like for insurance, type of purposes.
Sure. Interesting.
So it's really not. I think there's, some people intermix, and I don't know what you'd call what we're really referring to when we're trying to ask the question: does his vehicle have the feature which would, follow its location via GPS? I don't think that's really what a black box does. I think that's a different item or feature.
Maybe we can dig into that more.
Yeah.
Well,
but there would be no way for me to put all that in the
yeah, that's
chat.
too much. Thank you for sharing that, though. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah, and I just wanted to, clarify it. So, otherwise there'd be, people would go away from this live with, oh, his vehicle had a black box, and then run with that tomorrow. And, who wants to be a channel that puts out, misinformation? So
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well,
thank you so much, Eddie.
Thanks again.
All right, have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
All right, bye. Whoever just called, there you go.
Call from
Barbara.
to accept.
You are live on J is for Justice. What's your name?
Well, now y'all can't escape from this theory I listened to last night.
What's that?
So,
wait, who is this first?
This is Diana.
Hi, Diana. Oh, hey, you.
Hey, it's me.
Nice to talk to you.
Okay, so I heard the theory where someone was saying that he perhaps had the,
So is that a joint?
imagine like a shed in the middle of
Or is it a
somewhere
cigar?
where he drove, where he planned the whole thing, left his evidence, probably the K bar, and that's why there's not so much or any stuff in his apartment, office, car, and it's because he had a separate place where he did all those naughty things at.
Do you think it has
And that's
anything
where
to
he
do with the
drove that
storage
morning.
unit? Oh, you think somewhere else?
No, I think it was where he was driving, like in the middle of somewhere in the woods. If
Yeah, because he did take
but
that
it is
rural.
just an explanation for why there's nothing in his immediate,
Yeah.
apartment or the house.
I
Because
think that's
had
what he
a
did too. I think.
separate place.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I agree with you.
Oh, you did.
I think from 420
So, yeah,
when he left
that's-
the house, he didn't get back to Pullman until 5:45 or something like that. So, like,
Right.
I think that was when he went out in that area in Genesee or whatever that was called. Or Blaine. He went
Yeah.
off. Yeah. I think he ditched stuff. But do you think they found it?
Well, I don't know. I hope they did, but I think we would know about that. Like, it would have caught attention if there was something. But
You would
just
think,
a great
yeah,
explanation
I mean,
of why.
Totally. I mean, that makes the
Why
most
there's
sense.
nothing.
Makes the most sense.
So that's what I wanted to say.
And thank you for all your
I'll
participation.
let somebody else jump in.
Yes, Diana, thank you for your participation. I always enjoy your
Thank
comments.
You, Jay.
Thank you, hon.
Thank you, guys. So much fun. I love your channel.
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
a forever Roberter.
Oh, thank you, Diana. You're making
Okay,
me
next
blush.
caller.
All right. See you later.
All right. Bye.
All right. Do we have anybody else? Next, 727-755-6001. Yes. And Eddie, great great info. I want to look into that more about what exactly would be caught on his black box. I got to put that brush down. We got anybody else who wants to call? You think he buried things? Oh, yeah, the shovel. Say no to globalism.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
You're live. What's up?
Hey, hey, Jay.
Is this Pat?
No, this is Crash and Burn Vern.
Crash and Burn Vern.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Crash and Burn Vern.
Nice to meet you. You're the first person I ever got a membership to.
What's your name in chat?
It's actually Crash and Burn Vern. I haven't been chatting though. I've been watching.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Well, didn't they at first say that when they first caught Kohberger that his phone was trying to connect to their Wi-Fi at the King's home?
Yeah, it was actually. I think it was Kaylee's dad that said that he got so close that he touched their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So their theory about him just driving around can't be just a theory. I mean, it's gotta be right there close to him, you know?
Right. I mean, how many other Wi-Fis did he touch in that drive that night? Was it just theirs?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Great.
I don't know how close you gotta be to touch the Wi-Fi.
Well, you gotta. Well,
I would say fairly close.
Well, my neighbor's Wi-Fi comes up on mine. I have like 5 or 6 that pop up. So.
Yeah.
So I don't.
So you had to be in the neighborhood, at least the neighborhood, you know.
Yeah, I guess my question, Vern, would be like, how long do you have to be around that Wi-Fi in order for your phone to touch it? Like, does your phone search every like 2 minutes? Or if you drive by, does it just happen to pick up on somebody's? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just wonder.
I don't know. That'd be a good question to ask, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's something to look into.
I'm not sure about that myself, but it's just curious. It's basically curious, you know, because that document came out and said he always drove around and stuff, but he had to be pretty daggone close to touch their Wi-Fi.
Yeah, and I would think like in one position, like not moving, you know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Vern. I've got another call coming in, but appreciate you. Thanks for calling in, and make yourself known in chat if you'd like.
I will, and I love that giggle you got.
Oh, thanks, Vern.
Yeah.
All right, take care, buddy. All right, bye-bye.
All right, you too. Bye.
Call from. Okay, I've sent the caller to voicemail.
What?
Goodbye.
Call back 630. I don't know why it sent you to voicemail. I apologize. Vern, thanks for calling in, man. So you think about it. We got to figure out how long you have to be sitting to touch someone's Wi-Fi, like for it to come up on your phone. Like if I open my phone right now, let's see. And go to, oh gosh, I don't even know where to go. Oh, here we go, Wi-Fi. I have 5 that come up, like these. Does that mean that I have touched all those Wi-Fis right there? Or do I actually have to touch them, like push on it to touch it? Call back 632. I didn't mean to send you to voicemail, or 630. 630 if you want to call back. Z line is open for anyone to call in. 727-755-6001. Mary P. My phone was connecting to the cars at hot August nights all evening last night. Thank you, Jammas. Crash and burn. He is now officially a lounger.
So is that a joint?
Give Crash and burn.
Or is it
Lots
a
of
cigar?
love. Thank you, buddy.
Wake up.
I flashed and said, wow, pretty far out. I thought it was pretty far out.
I guess that would depend on your settings, right? Because you have a thing on here that says ask to join networks. And it says off, notify, or ask. So ask to join networks, you can either have it ask you, have it notify you, or have it off. Look at Cognito Potato. That's what we're going to call you on the new podcast, Cognito. Cog. Using a 5 gigahertz frequency, you will get about 50 feet or 15 meters. Casey Marie, welcome back to the club. His phone was off. No, because it was caught by the house a lot of times, guys. At least 12, they said. Kendi, how do you get a tin hat? Become a member. Juliana, if you want to be able to accept a gift, when you join the chat, you have to say, I accept gifts for this channel. Jennifer R., thank you so much for your generous PayPal, and Robin as well.
Or is it a cigar?
Canadian girl coming in hot with another super chat. Theory. Bryan's target was Kaylee. She was moving and he was pissed. Had to do it that night because she was leaving again. Knew she was back from Insta. Bella's crying. I think she has to go potty. That's an interesting theory because they would know everything from that Instagram and stuff. But don't you think that it's interesting too? Kaylee's picture, the last picture says, like, Maddie's on her shoulders. She's like surrounded by her friends and she's like, so happy I get to be surrounded by these people. Do you think that that was a message for someone like, hey, I'm not going to be alone? And thank you for that, Canadian. Brian Meyer. It touches instantly. As soon as you get into range, don't think King Road router will record their MAC address unless you completely connect to it. So hopefully King Road didn't have a password. So if it was an open, I could see it being open too. With all the people they had in and out of there, they'd probably just want to walk in and get on it. And you can be in airplane mode and be on Wi-Fi. Thank you for that reminder, Just Joe. That's so true. Melmo is a day late and $1 short. Whoop, whoop. Not that Tiffany M. I have you on my TV as I pack my man's bag for Sturgis. What's Sturgis? Lucille, I heard one of the roommates actually saw his car by 1122 King Road that night. And remember, he asked to speak to one of them when he first went to jail. I don't know if that's true, though. I never heard that. Rowing now. I wonder if she recorded Kohberger being around her and pretended like she was just doing a snap. Oh, biker run. I never heard of that. Bike rally, South Dakota. I've never even heard of that. How does everybody? Oh my God. Toy Airy. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in ages. Decades. How are you? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Oh, I clearly know nothing about motorcycles. Where is Carlin? I miss Carlin. We love country hicks more than life itself. I clearly know nothing about it. Sturgis bikers and half-naked girls. Sounds right up my alley, Angie B.
John Wayne Bobbitt's penis.
We're not even to 200 likes yet. 334 people in here. Come on. Well, there's a Sturgis, Michigan. So, like, my mind went to Sturgis, Michigan. Thank you, J. Lord. It wasn't a message or code. It was a young woman with her roommates in a picture saying how much she loves them, which included the survivors. I just thought maybe if they were being stalked, one of them, it was like a message like, hey, I love being around these people. Like, they're going to be around me often tonight.
Bryan Kohberger.
Seven 757-755. Here we go. We've got a caller.
Call from
Kathleen Barney.
Goodbye.
What happened? Kathleen, call back. Kathleen, I lost you. Call me back. Just for you, jammers. We got Kohberger's hands.
Objection.
Tamper.
It looks like he tampered with them.
Tamper.
Bryan tampered with his hand. Bryan Tamper Kohberger. It said goodbye. No, call back.
It's not white-sided.
Hey, Trey. Lisa, did we ever find out what Maddie told Jack? No, I think she told Adam something. She told Adam everything. I really don't think it has anything to do with it, but it could. I just don't. We don't know anymore. We can't know anymore. So I just kind of like, I have to wait on that one. Oh, we also know it was brought up early on that I think Kaylee, was it Kaylee, had a Bluetooth speaker? Eddie, explain these hands. Explain these hands. What if this guy told you that you had nice birthing hips, ladies? I think that Jack D has been interrogated heavily. I think they ruled him out. He was the first one they had to rule out. I don't know, Canadian girl. What's up with his hands? I think they might have gotten bleach. Dishpan hands. Get the palm olive. (727-755-6001). This is your last call for alcohol. There ain't no white power going on there. Dude, you guys, that's not a thing. That's about as a thing as the freaking drug angle. Rowing. Can you imagine, like, what was his mom thinking when she looked at him? Look at his caterpillar brows. He definitely shaved those, too. Chemical cleaners. Abuse of a chemical wash. It's not eczeema. It has nothing to do with his diet. Why do you guys make Bryan Kohberger so dainty? Why do people do that? They make him all dainty. Oh, well, it could be he has eczema. No, he doesn't fucking eczema. He was just accused of a quadruple murder where there's like no DNA in his car and shit. Obviously, he cleaned it with something and it fucked up his hands. You guys make him all dainty. Maybe it's his diet, like he's a dog. Like my dog Bella, if she eats the wrong food, she gets like itchy skin. You guys are like, oh, maybe he ate something bad. Maybe he's got impetigo. No, he just got arrested for a quadruple stabbing. Bryan Kohberger is now gluten-free. Breaking news. That's not even from cold weather. That is, he's fragile. Sue. Easy breezy. He probably shaves them with the razor. They can use it with the razor. Allergies. Maybe it's his diet. He switched his food. Maybe if it was Bella Rose over there, yeah. Maybe in this one he's just doing intermittent fasting. I don't know. Kelly J, I'm sorry. You don't have to be sorry. But he doesn't really have to prove anything. The DA has to prove he was in the car. And don't forget, Miss Bethany holds a key for Bryan. Defense has her testimony is clearing him. They don't even know what her testimony is. That's why he's saying that. He's throwing shit at the wall to see if that shit will stick. I think that we'll hear it during the trial. Levitating elephant. To be clear, I hope he does have itchy skin. I hope it's eczema on level 8,000. It's definitely inflamed. Well, I guess that Kelly, for all that, like for the whole narrative, we're going to have to wait for trial to see what narrative the defense is going with. Crash and Burn Vern found the emojis. He gazes at his lawyer like she's tofu, says Canadian girl. Britt, welcome. Oh, here comes Steve Canelin. Steve is the biggest conspiracy theorist in the Idaho 4 that I've seen. Steve, what do you think of Bryan Kohberger's hands? Should I make them a little bigger? Hold on. Let's adjust the hand picture. It looks like freaking a heart in your little emoji. Oh, this will be much better. Sheriff Morris. He had the sheriff holding his arm. Kohberger, all clean shaven, trying to look like a little boy with his undershirt. He always wears an undershirt too. Did you notice that? Now this is not normal. Okay, this is beyond red. This is some messed up shiz right here. Look. Check it. Do you see that knuckle? It looks damaged. I mean, that's beyond red. Look at the nails. I mean, they'll probably glow in the dark. I don't even know who that is. I have no idea who Kara Willis is. Undershirt soaks up the sweat. Britt said those hands had me Googling some strange hand pics. I bet. See the bruise? Yep, I noticed that too, Mike Sanner. And his left knuckle of his index finger looks damaged. And we can't even see the underside, right? Whatever he was scrubbing his hands with, I wish he'd scrub his face with it.
Bryan Kohberger.
This is from the arraignment when he was in PA. His very first court appearance. There's his fat earlobes. And his red see how white his arms are up here? Oh, and then look at the hands. Oh, shit. Bryan Kohberger, is that from wearing gloves? Like, are his hands perpetually pruny? CEO, where in the hell have you been? We're about to send, like, Texas Equisearch out to look for you. Mike Sanner had to be bleached. Look how white the nails are. Gabriella, Bryan Turdberger. We've got a caller.
Call from. To accept, press 1.
Oh, it's
to send a
6-3.
voicemail,
Oh, okay.
press 2.
You are live.
You're awesome.
Hey, who's this?
This is Budford.
Hey, Budford, what's up?
Not much. What's up with you?
Not a whole lot. What's on your mind?
Oh, nothing. I just thought I'd call in for 10 seconds and say hi and,
What's your...
Do I have the right place?
You're on Jays for Justice. Is that who you're calling?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're in the right spot. What's your theory on Idaho 4?
Well, I got a lot of theories, but I was just calling about the alibi.
Okay, what about it?
So, I think everyone's so, like, against it and laughing about it, but, I think he, what else does he have? I think he has to go with it. Because I think they're kind of making his case for him.
You think so?
Well, I mean, he's got nothing else to go on, right? He's pretty locked in, but if the timeline is off, then they're basically putting him back in a place where he couldn't do it. Like, so if it was all done by 2, and they're saying all these things about when he's coming back, then, how do they go back on that for the second time? Because they've changed it once.
What do you mean changed it with who? The public?
They changed the timeline.
Just to the public, though, right? We don't know if officially they really thought that, or if that was maybe a ploy.
No, they changed the timeline. They changed
Publicly.
the timeline. It was originally, earlier.
Publicly.
But maybe it was earlier. And then if it was earlier, here's the one thing I think is kind of interesting. Nobody questions him coming back to the scene of the crime at 9 a.m, right? Or like he's coming back at 9 a.m. or whatever. But what if that was the third or fourth return? What if it was all done much earlier? Anyway.
Well, they didn't get home till 2.
Right. So what if it was right around 2?
Yeah, like what if he was in the house when they got home?
Yeah, or what if he was right around there?
Yeah, all of these things make
And what
me
if
think.
he got back and now they're nailing in all the timelines? And he's just sitting back going, okay.
Could be. I mean, stranger things have happened.
Well, he's got nothing else to go on, right?
True.
Because he does have HVAC training and grew up in a family that with an HVAC business.
True. But what is that? What does that have to do with it? Do you think that
Well,
he
if
messed
he
with the
did-
heat or the?
Yeah, if he, this is a guy who's very, he's very studied.
And the door was left open, so it was cold, right?
Yeah, people say that. People say, front door, also the slider left open. Some people say the front door was also left open. So that's going to, change things.
It will.
And then there's all that time afterwards where nobody calls in. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's some room there.
Maybe, but we don't know all that the state has, though.
No, that's true.
They could have some really damning things, and I tend to kind of.
Well, one would hope so.
I mean, it's a death penalty case, so I really don't think they would go for the death penalty if they didn't have some strong evidence to prove
I don't
it was
think
him.
anybody's framing anybody. I don't know. I think that's a little crazy.
Well, there's a lot. I mean, there's everything you brought up, makes me think, and everything that everybody else brings up makes me think, and I love taking it all in.
I think it's really possible. I don't really buy the framing. I don't know what's going on with that, or they didn't like him from a traffic stop. I mean, that's kind of crazy. But I think it's really possible he had the knife and sold the knife. Because they came out and said, and we don't know if this is true, but if it's true, they came out and they said he bought the knife 7 months before. And I don't know if that's debunked. But if that's true, then literally 7 months before that to the day is when he had his interview for the job he didn't get. He didn't get the job.
Right.
So he thinks he's getting the job. And I did a little research, and it seems like you're only entitled to have that kind of knife if you're in, certain loopholes, and one of them is law enforcement. So he goes home, he thinks he's getting the job. And he knows every little thing, I'm entitled to this, I'm entitled to that. He buys the knife, doesn't get the job. So yeah, I think it's possible he would sell the knife. It's possible. Kind of crazy, but when people go with all these crazy theories, I'm like, well, people know that law enforcement usually have second guns and second knives. And maybe they, bought it. And there's also someone, and I'm not going to go into names, but there's also someone local that people talk about who apparently had some kind of business doing that kind of thing. So it's kind of crazy, but it's not the most crazy thing I've heard. I think it's more likely that it was an earlier time, and they've locked themselves into a later time. That's just what I think.
Well, I appreciate you calling in. All of this is just so up in the air that there's no telling. I mean, I'm interested in what...
There's no telling.
Yeah, and I'm interested in what everybody has kind of thought about in their minds, because it's also confusing at times. But then sometimes it just feels so simple, that we're making it more complicated.
Right.
All right.
He did have a gift for getting people to drive him to places when he was doing tipping. So.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. She said. Casey said that he was manipulative. So.
And the kid with the phone, the sister's phone, he called his friend, and that kid drove him to sell the phone at the whatever it was.
I think
he does have a.
I think that's his addiction too. Stealing from family members. But anyway,
that's all I had.
Thank you for calling in.
Okay.
All right. Have a good night.
Care.
Whoever's call I miss, which would be 918. Give me a call back, 918. Seven 755-6001. Call in. Let me know your thoughts. I'm just scrolling and showing some pictures of the crime scene, courtesy of Fox Digital. Looking at the good vibes sign, the living room area, and the handprint. See the handprint below the... See the handprint below the good vibes? Handprint. I see lots of handprints. I see Kohberger's hand that might have... He tried to make his handprints go away. Handprint. Well, thank you, Jammers. Look at that mess. Thank you so much. Oh, Coke Zero. Now I can take more calls. I really was going to go because I needed to drink. All right, let's zoom in. Sorry, I was parched. Holy crap. Caught red-handed, said Teresa. Let's see if we can make that closer. So, like, dishes and there's, like, mustard. But you know what I noticed about this photo? I'm not even going to lie here. You guys can call me crazy, but see? Oh, and you can't tell really good in this picture. It's kind of pixelated. But see that box and how it's open? That is a box of shoes and stuff. There's shoes on the top of that. Oh, this is for you, Jammers. Start cleaning. Oh, shit. But anyways, I think that he took shoes out of there and did something with them, like left a Latin print. Yeah, but it's funny that their house looked like that when they were gone all day. The day before they were at the game, and then they were out all night. Up that box, it looks like a blood drip down on the floor. Oh, on the wall? I think that's... I zoomed in on that before. Hold on. That thing is the refrigerator. But I see what you're talking about right there, Diana. Let me get my drawing tool. 727-755-6001. Give me a call. Let me know what's on your mind. Yeah, there's tennis shoes in that box. I don't know if it was like from... Yes, I don't know if it was like from Kaylee moving or something. Oh, I was going to draw. That's right. Hang on. You guys are the best community in the world. Have I told you that? Go hit that like button, please. While I get my annotate and draw tool. Annotate and draw. That's what they call it. I don't call it that. They call it that. Okay, here we go. See my pointer? Now I have a pointer. Is this what you're looking at, Diana? Right here, going... Oh, that was a bad draw. Hold on. Right here. Like, is that blood right there? Because that's a refrigerator, so I don't know, because I was wondering what this was. Someone told me it was the handle of the refrigerator. But right here is shoes and clothes. And this box is on the table opened. Someone told me it was a fridge in the kitchen. Let me shrink it down. Let me shrink it down, fellas. Oh, shit. This music's getting me. Sounds like Beverly Hills Cop or something. Yeah, I think that's the refrigerator, isn't it? A little more to the right, Teresa says. You don't think it's a refrigerator? What is it then? The wall? Pretty sure it's the refrigerator, guys. That's not what she said, yeah. What's in front of the box? Looks like some kind of cleaner, hand sanitizer. All kinds of glasses, pots, pans, Solo cups, mustard, glasses. What's in the box? I think it's like clothes and shoes. I saw clothes before. Where does it look like a severed head? What are you talking about? Where? What? Where are you seeing this?
You're awesome!
Legendary CEO just says no. No. Okay. Right corner. What bucket, dude? I don't see a bucket. Hold on. No, I don't see it. I don't even see a bucket. I don't see anything like that. CE, no. Now you're saying upper right corner. Dude, what are you talking? I don't see nothing. You got me. Top right corner of the bottom pane. Y'all see a severed head? Black pot looks like an angry face with white cartoon eyes. I'm not seeing shit. I see a spaghetti noodle like thing next to the drink. A head. That's a pan. Where are you seeing a head? I don't see shit. Okay, so like right here. Where? Right here? Is that what you're talking about? around the top of the... I don't think it's a bucket, you guys. It's like a pot you make spaghetti noodles in. Higher up? You're playing with me, aren't you? Just know it. This is going to be the butt of the joke. Remember when Jay was looking for that severed head? I don't see a severed head. Just above and to the right top of the straw. Right, but like that would be a really the head would be like the size of an orange. I don't see a face. I'm sorry, I don't. A face and bushy eyebrows. Ah! Oops. We gotta call. Someone's calling to tell me where the severed head is.
Call from
Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer, you're live.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey, I'm sorry, but okay, nothing makes sense in this case. It just confuses me because honestly, until I hear from the roommate, like I'm just not gonna believe he's guilty.
Why does the roommate hang on that though? Why does that hang on it? Like, why doesn't all the other evidence like make you feel like?
Well, I think because, I mean, I would have freaked out. I mean, I would have been on the phone with my mom. I would have been on the phone with my dad or someone, right? 911. If I saw that in my house, and I was in college, in a college kind of party house place, and I mean, I would have just felt wrong. You know, I wouldn't have went and hid because I would need someone to help me, right? Save me.
Mm-hmm. I get what you're saying.
That's just how I feel.
No, I get what you're saying, but we don't know. Like, the one thing that really gets me about Dylan is that the wording of the PCA says she originally went to bed in her room, and that word makes me think that she originally did, but she sometime at some moment in the night left that room and ended up somewhere else.
Do you think she left the house?
No, I think she might have left the room. I think it's possible that she crept around, like maybe she heard something bad and then, or saw something bad and went and hid.
And then she hid.
Yeah, and she didn't have her phone, and she may have like left it in her room, and then she just had to stay put. I mean, it's just a theory, you know?
No, that makes sense. It's like Ted Bundy's hit, you know, like.
I know.
But what about the next day when they called she called her friends before she called the cops? I mean, that's weird to me too.
It is to me too. And you know, there's a couple things that I've found out like about Bundy. He put the blankets up to their neck and like over covering their injuries. So like one of the roommates, and it made me think of, you know, Bethany and Dylan. One of the roommates like didn't think anything was wrong because they just thought their roommate was sleeping. And then if you think about the call where they were like, this person won't wake up. Maybe they were like afraid to look. And then called, you know, like Ethan's best friend, like, hey, they're not waking up. We need you to come over here. Because wouldn't you be like...
I mean, wouldn't you like pull the covers off? Like,
I think...
I need to do CPR.
But you don't know what they heard. And like, it might have been so bad that they knew they couldn't save them.
Yeah, because you hear everything too. I mean, in these party houses, if you're not asleep, you're going to hear screams. You're going to hear.
I think she heard it all. I think she heard more than what's in the PCA, don't you? If she heard thumping.
Probably. One thing I learned from the Letitia case is that we didn't know. We had no idea. Right. Like, we didn't know half of that stuff that came out.
Right. It was shocking. Same
Yeah.
with that Taylor Business. Like, that got really bad, too. I don't know if you watched that one, but...
I did, and you know what? I kind of feel bad for Taylor.
You do. She's got a bad
don't,
life.
Don't get mad at me, guys. Don't get mad at me. But I feel like they were both alcoholics, and I feel like she blacked out. I feel like she's got some probably inner trauma or something.
She definitely does.
And she was drinking so hard that she didn't even remember putting him in the suitcase. She didn't remember any of it. Yeah, she took the video, but she took it before she just went to bed and passed out, like not thinking. And I don't know if anybody's ever blacked out before that's watching you, but you really don't remember anything.
Yeah.
And I've been in situations where I'm like, how did I even get home? You know, like in college and stuff. So I kind of feel bad. I think she was an alcoholic, and I think she didn't remember. I think it should be a manslaughter. But that's just my personal experience with alcohol, you know.
And it was
kind of like DUI.
Well, and it wasn't alcohol, it was meth.
Oh, it was? Oh, well, then that changes my mind.
Oh, yeah. She testified they
Because
were...
you can't black out on that.
Yeah, they were... They might have
I've
been...
never done meth.
They might have been drinking, but there was definitely meth involved, and she was wanting crack as well.
Oh.
So, yeah, I think there was definitely... She remembered a lot of things. Like, she started to remember, then she's like, oh, I'm just getting flashes. So I don't know about her, but she's a dangerous person.
Remember, whenever you're like, you know, and even if she was like doing drugs and drinking, like your mind can be kind of spacey like that. Like, it's kind of coming back to me, it's kind of not coming back to me. I can't remember what I said to my friend, but yeah, I'm in trouble with them. Like, I don't know if you've ever been in that situation.
No,
but
I know what
definitely
you're saying
have to
about
go
blacking
party
out,
hard.
but I think hers was more the meth, and she got crazy. I mean, that stuff makes people do crazy things, and their strength is unbelievable, you know. But I appreciate you calling in, Jennifer. I like your name, by the way.
Yes. All right.
All
Yes,
right.
Thank you.
Bye, Jennifer.
Bye.
Bye, Jennifer. Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Okay, so that face, that thing that you guys think is a head, looks like this potato trophy that UI gives away as a joke. That's not big enough to be a head. It looks like BTK's face. See the mustache? This is how messed up it looks to me. Okay, check it out. There's BTK's mustache. There's his eyes. And his nose and his bald head. Tell me that doesn't look like BTK. The BTK killer. (727) 755-6001. Hilarious. That's a potato trophy that UI gives out for something weird. You guys see a head? All right, I'm going to erase. Now look. See Dennis Rader? I can't unsee it. Maybe they got one of those trophies and it was in there. Now I can't unsee BTK. The mustache is the eye? Is there hair on it? I only see BTK. Whoever was calling in, call back. 727-755-6001. What are your thoughts on this case? Amber's thought it was Bill Thompson.
Call from
CEO.
Oh,
to accept,
shit.
press 1. To send a... Oops, your caller just hung up. Goodbye.
He hung up. CEO, you better call back. CEO. He hung up on me, guys. Oh, here's a clearer one. Look. It is definitely not a head. Oh, look. We got the clearer one. There's the shoes. Ooh, I got a better copy. See, the box itself says hangers. It's not a head. It's like another pot inside a crock pot. It's like a crock pot. And then there's an empty bag of popcorn. I don't know what that black thing is in the middle, but there's bowls, like hand sanitizer. But here's the bag. There's some... Is that like a... What's that stick? What's that orange tip sticking out of there? CEO, why'd you hang up on me? I am totally offended. Right meow, I agree. A comb over. What is the black thing with the orange tip? Did Jack D ever live here? Do you guys know? Did he live here at one time? Makes you want to do your dishes. Here's Xana's window on the side of the house.
She said, we came home, we planted flowers on the side of the house.
I see a cord that looks like it would go up here. Oh, let me go back to that one so you guys can see. What is what now? The words on the box next to the Frappuccino. It says hangers. It says 100 hangers. Yes, it says like 100 hangers. I spy with my little eye a severed head. Oh my god. There's the handprint again on the window. That's really clear. Who thinks that's his handprint? Fox Digital has the best picks. You can't see the handprint. Hold on. Look right underneath good vibes. I'm going to get my annotate and draw. I'll show you the handprint's right here. There's the thumb and then the hand. Teresa said they say most CEOs are sociopaths. Give me a call, 727-755-6001. I can't tell if the handprint's on the inside or the outside. Someone leaned into that window to take his booties off. I can't believe CEO called and said CEO and then hung up. What a troll. I wonder if that's Maddie's pink cup. It's so sad. What is that thing? Now, was that the same window we were just looking in? What happened to all the stuff? Is that after did they move all the dishes and crap? Because look. Oops, wrong one. This music. Look, there's the cups. So they cleared off that table, you guys. They cleared it off. I bet you they took that box. I wonder if they took all that stuff as evidence. Bye, Mike Sanner. Thank you so much for everything. Thanks for being here, Mike. I wonder if they took this stuff for evidence. I did notice that the couch was moved around as well, J-Lord. Casey. You tell him, Casey. Oh my gosh. J.A. says, I'm so glad I found you again, Jen. I used to follow you way back in the Periscope days. I think it was Scope. I'm so glad you found me too. Wow, Periscope. That's going way back. Thank you for being here. CEO has 6 kids acting like true crime creators, right? Meow.
Yeah.
Sure. Jay, you're making me late for home from work. Well, Leo Tech got her cherry pop tonight, so my night's complete. Hoku, thank you for being here. Make sure you join us. I did change the event for Sunday for us to go over all of Papa Roger's posts. Potato put it together for us. I can't remember. I think it's 20 minutes of posts in a video. She clipped them all. I agree with you, right, Meow? J.A. says, I don't know about y'all, but I can't wait for this trial. I think we are going to be blown away with surprises. I don't know if I have any more loaded in here, Diana. We can do another night of Fox Digital for sure. I've got so many Fox Digital pics on my computer. He won't call back. He does this to me every time. I have like literally hundreds of photos on here that I've saved. Like to the point where my computer is almost full. I have to do something about this. So what was this about? Does anybody know? What was she supposed to be? Oh, thing 1 and thing 2. It says thing 2 on her chest. So who was thing 1, I wonder? And there's Maddie. That's that desk that they loaded up, you guys. Is this Maddie's room? Is that Maddie's bed right there? Because that's the white desk that had blood on it, remember? Foxy Friday. I haven't paid it off yet. 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. We're going to go over all of Papa Roger's stuff. Just about. I'm almost to the goal. Probably a couple $100 away. That is her room. So that was her desk with the blood on it. Wow. That's definitely that desk that we saw them loading up. Thing 1 and thing 2 is from Dr. Seuss. It was probably Halloween. Let's see what other ones I have. Just for you, Diana. Oh, here's one for you guys. I don't think I've ever used this one before. I'm going regal. They are very beautiful. Yeah, instead of running, he's driving.
Always the same thing that disrupts my life. Wonder when I'll change. I guess when the time is right, procrastinating mind deranged to change would be a fight. So I'm pacifist, like I'm afraid to get a bloody fist. Look at this, my mind is pissed, and I keep running. Why is this? When I hit it, always leave him stunning. Central giant, no defiance, all build an alliance, and still think that I am peasant. I stuck in the future, but I'm never looking at the fucking present. Keep it up, act like you're all that. Here's a cookie too and a present. Led from a desert eagle, eagles going louder than my motherfucking beagle. And your life, you get no sequel. Leave your loved ones crying like some seagulls. You are not my equal, you are evil, but I'm feeble. And now I'm going regal. Don't fuck with us. You learn a lesson. XR music.
XR music. Hey, Paper Chaser. Leo. Look at those eyebrows. Ain't nothing bushy there. Nope. No siree. Nothing to see there. Casey? It would be. I know. It's really not funny, but it kind of is. Running. Here's another one that I found. Isn't that weird? We've got this one and then that Fox Digital one. Eerie. that crazy? Yeah, he's going Regal. You guys want to hear it again? And I'm going Regal. Don't fuck with us.
Is it one Jennifer or two Jennifers?
He says, don't fuck with us. I wonder who us is. He says, you'll regret it.
Always the same thing that disrupts my life. Wonder when I'll change. I guess when the time is right, procrastinating my deranged to change would be a fight. So I'm pacifist, like I'm afraid to get a bloody fist. Look at just my mind is pissed,
I
and I keep running. Why is this? When I hit it, always leaving stunning. Always gentle giant, no defiance, all building alliance, and still think that I am peasant. I stuck in the future, but I'm never looking at the fucking present. Keep it up, act like you're all that. Here's a cookie too and a present. Led from a desert eagle, Deagle's going louder than my motherfucking Deagle. And your life, you get no sequel. Leave your loved ones crying like some seagulls. You are not my equal, you are evil, but I'm feeble. And now I'm going regal. Don't fuck with us. Hope you learned a lesson. Next song music.
There was captions on that. Here's a cookie and a present. A cookie and a present. Yeah, you remove the music and it's awful. That kid wouldn't know a beat if it saved his life. Just saying. He wouldn't know a beat if it saved his damn life. Yeah, these girls, there's no way Bethany Funk had anything to do with him. No one was sleeping with Bryan Kohberger.
Objection!
He's going Regal. It's okay, Casey. I understand. It's okay, girl. You're here. All right, guys. Missy Motormouth. I love that name. Missy Motormouth, thank you for subscribing. Casey Marie, thank you for being a member for 4 months. I appreciate that so much. And Shell is right. Just you being here is your support. All right, guys. I want to thank everyone who called in tonight. It was fun. We're going to do this again. For sure, I'm going Regal. Don't fuck with me. I'll see you guys Sunday. I might pop in tomorrow for you. Depends. You know I can't stay away. I just miss you. All right, guys. Go Regal. Here is your thank you to everybody. Be sure to check out my other videos and playlists for more true crime content. And if that's not enough, you can join our Patreon. Don't have a tinfoil hat? It's okay. We'll make you one. It's that easy. See you guys in the next video.
See you later. Bye.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't give a damn.
In the name of Jesus, Father God, Lord. So there's a lot of problems. You're being a parent. I don't give a damn. You get the fallout. I don't give a damn. You get the fallout.
You wanna be, you wanna be, you wanna be.
Given the fallout from
you wanna feel something real, but I'm feeling
la.
You're
You don't
making
hold a
plans to get to friends, but don't wanna face the fact.
Just based on my observations, her hair was very greasy.
I ain't got time for that. Staying up late,
Pull it down below your chin and aim it at your chin.
buying new shoes, hanging by the pool, sipping on Coke and Jack. Calling my phone when you feel alone, but I'll never call you.
Is it one Jennifer or two Jennifers?
Thanks so much, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.